it's a hot one out here in North Carolina today. It's about, I think, 100 degrees. I'm not sure, but it's too hot for me.
So the temperature just changes like a drop of a hat from one week to the next. Go figure. That's the summer for you. Our
Yeah.
topic today is financial lessons from the cockpit. How a Black Hawk pilot's mindset can revolutionize your wealth. Alan, can you describe what flying a Black Hawk helicopters taught you and about managing money and investments?
Well, my experience in the military and flying taught me discipline, especially risk assessment and the importance of planning. Just like in flying operations, discipline, money management, thorough risk evaluation, and clear strategic financial planning help you safely navigate turbulent economic conditions and land successfully in retirement.
How does the concept of situational awareness from the cockpit translate into financial decision making?
Well, I tell you, situational awareness means always understanding your current circumstances and anticipating changes. I mean, there's so many times when I've been flying, especially when I flew night vision goggles, things can happen in a split second. I remember in Korea, we're flying along in night vision goggles, and it's a blizzard, and all of a sudden we can't see anything in front of us. It's all white. So we pulled in power, went and flew IFR back to our station there in Korea. But financially, this involves knowing exactly where you stand, staying informed about market conditions, and recognizing opportunities or threats early so you can adapt swiftly and making better decisions. And let me also add to that, Neil, about market conditions. A lot of my products that I promote are not concerned to the market. I'm very, very conservative. Now, the market can help you, and I want everybody to have a diversified portfolio. But I want to have people to have guaranteed income in retirement. And like I've always said, Neil, it's not about rate of return retirement. It's about distribution of your assets.
Pilots train for crisis management constantly. How does this relate to managing financial crises or market downturns?
Well, I've told you this also, Neil. I read one manual or one book when I was in the military. So whatever helicopter I was flying, the OH-58, the Huey, or the Black Hawk, and I knew every nut, bolt, stability augmentation system, flight path stabilization system, limitations, and emergency procedure for that aircraft. And if something happened, I was able to get that aircraft down without loss of life or loss of equipment. In aviation, training prepares you to stay calm and follow clear procedures in emergencies. And that's what I did. Financially, it's similar. Having a plan ahead of time, like diversified investments, emergency savings, and insured income streams, lets you remain calm and stick to your strategy during market volatility. And I don't want my clients worried about market volatility because people don't understand, especially in retirement, if you got a market downturn, let's say it's 50%, it takes 100% gain just to get back to even. And they don't understand about sequence returns risk, which will devastate your retirement. The other thing people don't understand, if you got your money in a stock portfolio, all that does is compound the risk of retirement that my products and my plans eliminate or mitigate with tax-free income.
What financial advice would you give someone based on the disciplined decision making pilots must have?
Well, first, and absolutely, remove emotion from financial decisions. A lot of people lose a lot of money because you're supposed to buy low and sell high. But if the market starts going down, they get scared and sell. Pilots learn quickly that emotions cloud judgment. Discipline means following a clearly defined financial plan, sticking to long-term strategies, and not overreacting to short-term events or market fluctuations. That's extremely important to people, Neil. And they obviously they don't. I don't know what to say about that, but they don't take charge of their financial situation. I tell people, take charge of your financial situation, have liquidity, use control of your money, because they don't.
Communication is key in aviation. How can clear communication improve family financial planning?
Well, In aviation, clear communications prevent costly mistakes. And I'm sure everybody remembers that Black Hawk that flew into that airliner in Washington, D.C. There was not clear communications there. There's a lot of things that went on there. That accident, as far as I'm concerned, should have never happened. But similarly, open, honest financial discussions with family members about budgets, goals, legacy planning prevent misunderstandings, conflicts, and ensures everyone is aligned towards financial security. It's just like, when a older couple has a house and they've got a couple of kids. Well, what are you going to do with that house? Well, we're going to, we want to leave it to the kids. Well, what if your kids got two different thoughts of, one kid wants to rent it out, the other kid wants to sell it? There's two things. You've got to bring everything into control here and let everybody know what's going on.
What's one financial risk management principle from your military training that you apply to retirement planning for clients?
Well, the principle of redundancy, never relying on a single system. Financially, this means building multiple income streams and diversifying investments. So if one fails, the others ensure that your financial stability remains intact. It's just like, if you've got a stock portfolio and it goes down that year, you might have money in a cash value life insurance policy. Take that money out of that cash value life insurance policy, give your stock portfolio time to build back up, and then start taking your distributions as you see fit. But you've got to have a plan.
How important is adaptability learned as a pilot to financial success?
Adaptability is crucial. Conditions change rapidly in the air and financially. Being adaptable financially means having a flexible financial plan that you can adjust as your life or market conditions change, and protecting and growing your wealth. I always tell people, Neil, it's not how much money you have in retirement, it's how much money you have after taxes.
What specific aviation strategy do you teach clients to keep their financial plans on course?
Well, people, that you've seen it on TV, you've seen it. Pilots have a checklist they go by. I use the aviation strategy of regular checklists and systems review. Regular financial reviews ensure your strategy remains on track. Periodically reassessing your portfolio, tax situation, and financial goals ensures you're always on the correct alignment with your objectives. You've got to have a plan, Neil. You've got to have a plan. If you have one, if you don't have one, make one. And if you do have one, improve on it every year.
Can you share an example where aviation training helped a client overcome a major financial challenge?
Well, there's many situations, principles out there. Assessing the situation calmly, sticking to your checklist, the financial plan, and using disciplined decision making. We prevent emotional selling. Untimely, their portfolio will recover stronger and faster because, remember, people make emotional decisions about this stuff. If the stock market goes down, oh, I can't lose any more money, I'm going to sell. Absolutely the worst thing to do.
Finally, Alan, for listeners intrigued by applying this pilot mindset to their finances, what's the first step you recommend they take?
Well, one of the things I tell people, you've got to start by clearly defining your goals and assessing your current financial situation, just as a pilot would check the aircraft before flight. But what I want to know is, I want to know what a person wants to accomplish in life, what's in their heart, what they want to do for their family and their possible legacy. I can get their financial information later, but people need to speak with a financial professional that understands strategic discipline and disciplined planning to craft your custom financial flight for lasting success. And I just can't emphasize more, Neil. People have got to have a plan. More people, I'm finding, they spend more time planning their summer vacation than they do their retirement. It's crazy.
Yeah. And they're planning it for a long time in the summer for sure, and not looking at what's happening for sure. The best place to go contact you is at 910-551-1046, or go to strategicwealthstrategies.com, or email you at strategicwealth0 at gmail.com. I appreciate it, Alan. Thanks again.
I look forward to talking to you. Listen, I don't charge for my service. It's education. everybody needs to be educated on these things because it makes a huge financial difference in your life.